Greetings and welcome to another video. It's Sunday, 18th of July 2021, and this morning I had my results from yesterday's PCR COVID-19 test. I had an email and a text message, both of which said I am negative for COVID-19. Nice one. So to recap, on Friday the 16th of July 2021, I turned up to work as normal, and all the staff who were there on Friday are told to wait outside in the car park, socially distanced, and we're told that two co-workers who were obviously not at work on Friday were self-isolating because they had tested positive for COVID-19. And because of this, everyone who was on site on Friday had to do a COVID-19 flow lateral test. And everyone was like, okay, fair enough, whatever. And we all were sorted out to take the COVID-19 test. And my test came back negative, and so did the test result of everyone who was at work on Friday. We all had a negative test result, and we registered that test result onto the NHS Track and Trace app. Good time situation. So as a result, we went back to work, did our work day, and then went about the rest of our days as normal. Then about 6 p.m, 7 p.m. on Friday evening, my Track and Trace app pinged me telling me to isolate for 9 days. And I was like, that's annoying, considering I just entered a negative test result. So I did sulk about that, to be honest. And to the point, a friend of mine who I was text messaging at the time thought I'd been like drinking. Hadn't been drinking all day. But to be fair, my friend said, just book yourself in for a PCR COVID-19 test, which is a lot more reliable for testing for COVID, which I did do. Booked myself in 9 o'clock yesterday morning at a testing site in Oakengates. Went for the test, everything went well, which I've said before in my video I made yesterday. And the people at the test centre told me to expect my results as anywhere from 24 hours after taking the test, or all the way up to 3 days after taking the test. Either way. I was like, okay, fair enough. So I went home, stayed at home all day, basically. I think I went to the shop for some bread, but that was it. But yeah, I just waited for my test results to come in. Then this morning, 9 o'clock this morning on this very day, I get a text message and an email from the test centre saying that I've tested negative for COVID-19, everything's dandy, so I register that result onto my NHS Track and Trace app. But the app's still telling me to isolate for the next 7 days now. So I get in contact with the 119 COVID-19 NHS Helpline and spend most of the morning talking to different people, looking for advice. And to be fair, the people I spoke to on the helpline were all very helpful, very friendly. They were fantastic, really good people. And all the advice I was given was basically, because I've had 2 negative test results within 24 hours, back to back basically, I don't need to isolate. There is zero legal obligation for me to isolate, considering I've got 2 negative test results back to back. All I need to do, in fact, is just have some common sense about me and follow the usual social distance rules, which include, if asked to do so, wear a mask, keep my distance from locations at high risk, that kind of thing. Usual, standard social distance rules. That's all I need to do. And then I was like, okay, well, what do I do with what the app is telling me? It's still telling me to isolate. And I get in touch with someone at the trace section of the NHS Helpline, and they tell me they can't do anything to change what the app is telling me. However, but what they do say is that unless the track and trace people contact me in person, telling me either by text message or phone call or email to isolate, unless that's happened, I don't need to worry. I don't need to isolate. Again, all I have to do is follow the common sense rules about social distancing, like wear a mask if asked to do so, avoid locations at high risk, that kind of thing. So, yeah. And since I've had zero contact from track and trace, I've had 0 emails, 0 phone calls, 0 text messages from track and trace. Well, for as long as that stays true, then I'm fine. I don't need to self-isolate. What the app is telling me is just suggested advice at the end of the day, not a legal obligation. So, yeah, we're safe as houses basically. Everything's all nice. We're 2 for 2 at the end of the day. So yeah. As for anyone watching this video, whether you're a co-worker of mine or not, total stranger or someone I happen to know, either way, if your app is telling you to isolate when you know full well, or at least suspect you don't need to isolate, basically if what's happened to me is happening to you, then definitely I would say get yourself tested, either a flow test or perhaps better still, get the PCR test just to be sure, and also get advice from the 119 helpline, who should give you the same advice they gave me today, which was everything I've just said. I don't need to worry, I don't need to isolate, just use some common sense whenever I'm outside the house and all that. So yeah. So anyway, good time situation. I'm a very happy chappy. So about to organise some lunch now, something to eat, because I'm getting rather hungry now. So today is going to be a good day. I got annoyed, yeah, I admit, I got annoyed by everything that's happened, and perhaps it was perhaps I let it get to me too much. Okay, yeah, I wasn't worried. Yesterday I said I wasn't worried about what was going on, and today I'm not worried still, because I got the result I was expecting to get, another negative result. So yeah, but even though I'm not worried, I perhaps got more annoyed than I should have done. Yeah, I sulked about this far too much, basically. There was no need for me to sulk as much as I did do. But hey, it's done now. It's done dusted. So yeah. So after lunch, gotta decide what to do. I don't know. We'll see how it turns out. In the meantime, I'm gonna finish this video here. Otherwise, I'm gonna start repeating myself, which is not gonna be a good look for today. But yeah, I hope everyone watching this video has a good day, that you're all staying safe, that you're all COVID-19 free, and just enjoy the good weather as best you can. Have a good day, take care of yourselves, and I look forward to seeing you all soon in the next video, whenever that happens to be. So yeah, take care, goodbye, and be safe, man. Just common sense and be safe.